In the realm of fiction, Suzanne Collins paints a chilling portrait of Panem, a nation built on the ashes of what was once North America. The capital, a shining beacon of wealth and extravagance, reigns supreme, its opulent lifestyle fueled by the sweat and toil of 12 subjugated districts. Each district, relegated to a specific industry, exists solely to serve the capital's insatiable appetite for resources and entertainment. The Hunger Games, a yearly spectacle of violence and despair, epitomize the capital's iron-fisted control. 24 children, tributes drawn from the districts, are thrust into a meticulously designed arena. They are forced to fight to the death, their every move broadcasted live for the capital's viewing pleasure. This gruesome spectacle serves as a stark reminder of the district's powerlessness, a brutal lesson in obedience etched in the blood of their children. The Hunger Games, however, is more than just a brutal display of power. It is a carefully orchestrated tool of oppression designed to quash any flicker of rebellion in the districts. The games foster a sense of helplessness, a belief that resistance is futile. Yet, even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit finds a way to resist. The very act of pitting the districts against each other is a calculated move to prevent unity among the oppressed. By fostering resentment and fear, the capital ensures that any potential uprising is swiftly extinguished before it can even begin. The Hunger Games, therefore, become a chilling symbol of the capital's absolute power. A constant reminder that any attempt to challenge the established order will be met with swift and brutal retribution. From the fictional dystopia of Panem, we turn our gaze to a stark reality: Gaza. This small strip of land, bordering the Mediterranean Sea, is home to over 2 million Palestinians. However, unlike the fictional capital, the hardships faced by the people of Gaza are not a product of imaginative storytelling, but a harsh reality. Years of conflict, political instability and economic blockade have transformed Gaza into one of the most densely populated and impoverished regions on Earth. Gaza's struggles are multifaceted, a complex web of challenges that extend far beyond the physical constraints of its borders. The most pressing issue is the humanitarian crisis, a direct result of the ongoing conflict and the crippling blockade. Access to basic necessities like clean water, electricity and medical supplies is severely limited, turning everyday life into a constant struggle for survival. The people of Gaza, however, are not merely passive victims of circumstance. Despite the constant threat of violence and the deprivation they face daily, they exhibit remarkable resilience. Families cling to hope, their spirits unbroken despite living under the shadow of conflict. Children born into a world of checkpoints and bomb shelters still dare to dream of a brighter future. The spirit of resistance, a recurring theme in Suzanne Collins's dystopian world, finds a powerful echo in the real-life struggles of Gaza. Just as Katniss Everdeen becomes a symbol of hope for the oppressed districts, the people of Gaza, through their unwavering spirit and determination, embody the very essence of resilience in the face of adversity. Katniss Everdeen, the defiant protagonist of the Hunger Games, becomes a symbol of hope for the oppressed districts. Her courage in the arena ignites a spark of rebellion, a flicker of defiance that threatens to engulf the capital's carefully constructed order. Katniss's journey, from tribute to rebel leader, resonates deeply with the experiences of those living under oppression, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for freedom. In the heart of Gaza, we find real-life echoes of Katniss's bravery. Children who have known nothing but conflict and hardship display remarkable courage and resilience. They navigate a world where bomb shelters are a part of everyday life and the threat of violence is ever present. Yet their spirits remain unbroken. They attend makeshift schools, play among the rubble and hold on to the hope of a brighter future, much like the children in District 12 who find solace in their fleeting moments of normalcy. The act of resistance, however, takes on different forms in Gaza. It is not about wielding weapons, but about preserving their culture, their identity and their humanity in the face of overwhelming adversity. It is about farmers tending to their land despite the constant threat of bulldozers, artists painting murals on bombed-out buildings, and teachers holding classes in the ruins of their schools. These acts of defiance, though seemingly small, are powerful testaments to the human spirit's ability to endure and resist. They serve as a stark reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope and the will to fight for a better tomorrow can never be truly extinguished. The Hunger Games, both the book and the blockbuster films, captivated a global audience. People around the world were drawn to the story of Katniss Everdeen and her fight against oppression. The violence, though fictional, sparked conversations about power, inequality, and the ethics of entertainment that profits from suffering. However, the question arises, why are we so drawn to stories of suffering, both real and imagined? The popularity of the Hunger Games, while rooted in its compelling narrative and characters, also reveals a darker side of human nature. Our fascination with spectacle, even when that spectacle involves suffering. The citizens of the capital, glued to their screens as tributes battle to the death, are a chilling reminder of our own capacity for voyeurism. This fascination with spectacle extends beyond the fictional world of Panem. The ongoing conflict in Gaza, despite being widely reported, often fails to elicit the same level of engagement and empathy as a fictional story like The Hunger Games. The constant barrage of news, the complexity of the issues, and the sheer scale of human suffering can lead to compassion fatigue, a sense of helplessness that makes it easier to look away from real-world tragedies. This is not to say that people are indifferent to the suffering in Gaza. However, the way we consume information, often through carefully curated news feeds and social media bubbles, can create a dangerous disconnect between the spectator and the spectacle. We become desensitized to images of suffering, viewing them through the filter of our screens, which can diminish the sense of urgency and responsibility we should feel towards real-world crises. Recognizing the parallels between the fictional world of the Hunger Games and the real-life struggles of Gaza is only the first step. The true challenge lies in bridging the gap between awareness and action, in translating our understanding of these issues into tangible support for the Palestinian people. One way to bridge this gap is to move beyond the headlines and engage with the human stories emerging from Gaza. By seeking out voices and narratives from within Gaza, we gain a deeper understanding of the daily realities faced by its people. This can take the form of reading Palestinian authors, watching documentaries, or supporting organizations working directly with communities in Gaza. Education plays a crucial role in fostering empathy and understanding. By learning about the historical context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, we can move beyond simplistic narratives and develop a more nuanced perspective on the issues at hand. This includes acknowledging the power imbalances, the historical injustices, and the role of international actors in perpetuating the cycle of conflict. Supporting organizations that are working to alleviate the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is another crucial step. This can involve donating to reputable charities, providing essential aid, advocating for policy changes that address the root causes of the conflict, or supporting businesses that promote economic empowerment within Gaza. Ultimately, the goal is to move from being passive spectators of suffering to active participants in creating a more just and equitable world. By channeling our empathy into action, we can contribute to a future where stories like The Hunger Games remain firmly in the realm of fiction, and where the people of Gaza and all those living under oppression can finally realize their right to a life of dignity and peace. The Hunger Games, though a work of fiction, offers valuable lessons about the nature of power oppression and the importance of resistance. By drawing parallels between this fictional dystopia and the real-world struggles of Gaza, we gain a deeper understanding of the human capacity for both resilience and cruelty. The stories of Katniss Everdeen and the people of Gaza, though separated by the boundaries of fiction and reality, are ultimately connected by a shared thread of hope. They remind us that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, the human spirit yearns for freedom, justice, and a world where the dignity of every individual is respected and upheld. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of global suffering, to feel powerless in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. However, the stories of resilience, both real and imagined, serve as powerful reminders that even small acts of courage, compassion, and solidarity can have a ripple effect, contributing to a wave of change that can wash away injustice and create a more just and equitable world for all.